This is Mike Donatelli, I'm Product Director for Wildstar. If I had one tip for anybody logging into the game for the first time, it's choose your path wisely. Path is kind of it's kind of an archetype for a character's class. It's really a style of play. It's how you want to play. If you're an explorer, if you're the kind of person who wants to find every nook and cranny in the zone, you choose explorer. You will have additional missions throughout the entire game that are based on that kind of play style. If you're a scientist, you're someone who wants a little bit more of the lore. You want to know more about what's going on. You will get more lore in your Loreopedia than anybody else will. If you are someone who's more social, then you pick the settler. The settler has missions that are social. You're going out in the world, you're interacting with a lot of people, you're building things for other folks. I like the settler myself, but if you're a soldier is someone who likes to kill things. They like to get giant weapons and do a lot of damage, and we provide you more missions, more content of that type. Now that's not saying everybody gets a little bit, in the quest content you get a little bit, but paths really accentuate the kind of play style that you find yourself playing. So again, you don't get to change it. So if I had one tip, choose your path wisely. So once you've created your character, once you've chosen your path, you start in the tutorial, and both tutorials actually start you in an arc ship, and there's just a couple things you need to make sure, if you are familiar with MMOs, this stuff will be wrote. If you're not, you're looking for quest bangs. You go up to your NPC and grab a quest, and that's usually how it starts. We also do some communicator delivered quests, so you actually get a comm call that will come in and tell you, hey, pick up the phone, dummy, I'm trying to give you a quest. Also, keep an eye out for telegraphs. Telegraphs, you'll see these red circles on the ground. You want to double tap left or right. You want to dodge, double jump, sprint to get out of the way. You're definitely going to see this in the tutorial, and we were pretty generous at that point, but once you get to the planet's surface, the gloves are off, and you could very easily be killed by these things, so you got to keep an eye out for it. So if you ever get turned around, you can always check out your map. That should help you out. But if you ever get turned around, you're looking for your quest, you can always press the quest itself, and it will actually show you an arrow, and that arrow will allow you to find the location where you should turn in your quest, where you should actually interact with NPCs, where you should be actually accomplishing your goals. You don't have to. We had a lot of people say, hey, what if I don't want to use it? Can I turn it off? You can absolutely don't use it. Use it if you want it. If you don't, it's just there it's additional help to find the content that you're looking for. So another thing you got to keep an eye out for is inventory. Once you get on the tutorial, you'll get your first weapon in the game. You equip the weapon, and then you will be able to access your limited action set bar and then be able to fight. So as you see, the blue telegraphs on the ground are yours. Red ones are bad. Green ones are good. If you have that, you keep that in mind, you should be fine. We tried to keep it really simple in the tutorial. We wanted to make sure we have a lot of systems in this game that play slightly different than other MMOs, so we really kind of had to use this as a teaching moment, make sure that we were trying to help the players understand what we were shooting for. And just keep in mind, keep an eye out when you're on the tutorial. You're going to see pretty much every leader of the faction, pretty much every person who is, in other games it might be like the king or the queen. In our game, all the notables are here on the arc ship. You interact with them, and you even actually interact with them on the surface of the planet. So just keep an eye out. You'll see them all over the place. And then again, if you're familiar with the quests, there's a check mark there. You've completed. You click on that. You get your reward, and you can go on your merry way. So just remember these tips, and you will live through our tutorial. Also, we're about to launch the game. If you get in the pre-order, you can actually get in the head start and get 3 days of extra time to play. Wildstar's early access starts on May 31st, and everybody can actually access the game on June 3rd. Go Wildstar. Thank you.